Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week, which is the week of February 7th through the 13th, 2021, so bringing us into the middle of February already, which seems nearly impossible, but the calendar tells me it's true. We will be doing just a regular kind of 3-card with a bonus card spread this week. Using Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I don't know that I have ever used this here on YouTube. I use it a lot in private readings. I use it a lot in personal readings for myself. I love this deck. So I thought we would do sort of a 3-card spread. We do have a new moon this week, which is on February 11th, which looks like Thursday. So new moons traditionally being great for manifesting, creating, bringing more of what we want into our lives. So what do we want to focus on this week? If you have an issue or a topic or a creative endeavor that you've been working on, take a second and just kind of focus your energy and your thoughts on that, so that we can find out through the wisdom of spirit and the wisdom of the oracle how to bring more of that into our life. So we're going to do, like I said, 3 cards. There will be kind of a past, where have I been card, and then where am I now, or the present. Where could this be leading me, or a potential future, and then a bonus or clarity card at the end in case we need a little extra guidance. So again, we are in the week of February 7th through the 13th, 2021, but if you stumble across this reading outside of that time frame and it resonates for you, or you find the guidance helpful, then by all means it is for you. It is timeless in that respect. So I think how I'm going to do it this week is I am going to go ahead and draw all 4 cards at once, and then we'll talk about each of them. So the first one will be the past, or where have I been? And then the second will be where am I now, or the present. And then where are we headed? The potential future, and then a clarifier. Okay. So first, where have we been? And again, just keeping that kind of topic or question if you have one in mind. If not, just focusing on anything that you want to bring more of into your life. So the first one, where have we been? What is the past? And it's, okay, I find this hilarious. It's the No Place Like Home card, which for many of us, given the restrictions over the past year with the pandemic and COVID, there's no place like home has been very literal. We have been fairly homebound, most of us, even those of us who have maintained outside employment and are still going to work. A lot of that has shifted. We're working from home more, or when we're not at work, we are just really staying home. Restaurants are closed, shops are closed. So I find that this comes out in the where have I been in the recent past place is kind of like a ha-ha from spirit. So no place like home. Aside from that, literal meaning of we've all been kind of stuck at home for the past, it speaks to being at home with your truth, feeling grounded and at home in your physical body, which when there's a lot of upheaval in the collective energy, sometimes we don't feel that groundedness. We don't feel anchored or rooted in our physicality. So kind of a reminder to sink into your body, feel at home. When you're at home in your body, you're more easily able to connect with your truth and speak it in a very kind manner, to put your truth out there. So this is about being authentic. When you project yourself out to the world in an authentic way, you receive back from the world authentic connections with others. So whether that's in person right now, which for many of us it cannot be, or online, or through spirit, or just through whatever connections we're able to make at this time, when we put ourselves out there in an authentic way, we receive back authenticity in return. So authenticity, since we are speaking about the new moon and bringing things into our life that we want, we put out authenticity, we put out our truth, we receive back authentic connections, and that leads to abundance and support in all ways, in everything we do. So our past, recent past, where we've been card is the no place like home, and just a gentle reminder to be authentic, and that is what you will receive back in turn. So then moving on to our present card, where are we now? And this is perfect. It's the co-create card. So absolutely perfect for where are we right now, especially this week when there's a new moon. The co-create card says, well, it's obviously about creation, which we're talking about, and inspired action. So, but it's also about coming into alignment through authenticity, which we just spoke about with the first card and the no place like home. So every action you take, even if you don't consider yourself a creative person, I have people say, oh, I'm not a creative person. I'm just, I'm all in my mind. I'm an engineer by trade or whatever it is. I'm not creative. Every action you take is a creative action. It doesn't matter, if you created it in your mind before you put it on paper, even if it seems very mentally oriented, it's still your creation. It's still your creative being coming out through maybe a more practical way, maybe what you'd consider a more practical way, but it's still creation. It's still creative energy. So everyone is creative. It doesn't matter if it's what you would consider traditional, artistry. Some of us only consider what we think to be true artists to be creative, such as painters or poets. And that's not the case at all. We all create things in vastly different ways. Some of us, plan things through our work. Like in the case of an engineer or an architect, some of us write, some of us paint, some of us sculpt. Everything, though, is creative energy. Anything you are putting out into the world is your creation. So co-create says, remember that every action is creation, and every action leads you one step closer to what you are wanting to create. Every action, no matter how small, leads you closer to your dreams. So, and the entire path is created of one step here, one step following that step. Everything is one step following the other, just putting one foot in front of the other and continually moving, and knowing that your actions are worthy and your actions are valid and your actions are all creation. So the co-create says, Spirit, just keep moving. Spirit has your back. That's the reminder for this week, and really all of our lives, but this week specifically, and this full moon or new moon energy, is co-create. Just keep moving. Keep putting that one foot in front of the other, and Spirit has your back. So there is your present energy. Where are we now? Is co-create. Remember, this is, we are in joint union with the universe. And then where is this leading us? What is our potential future? Because as we all know, the future can change at any time because we have free will, and we can go down any path we choose. But based on our current actions and our current energies and the creations that we are moving toward, where is this leading us? What is our potential future? And this is also perfect. It's the regeneration card. So I think this is perfect and very timely given the energy that we've been in as a collective, especially here in the US. Regeneration is about new opportunities, new paths, fresh starts, but it's also about second chances to breathe the new life into something maybe you thought wasn't going to come to fruition, or that you thought you couldn't finish. It just was fizzling out. You couldn't get motivated. You didn't have the willpower to stick to it. You just couldn't keep working on it. Something from the past that you at one point found very exciting, and then it just kind of went. So this is like a breath of fresh air card or a burst of new energy coming in. And it could have to do with new creations and new projects, but it could also be regeneration of something you have forgotten or set aside or shoved, in a shoebox in the back corner of your closet. This may be a subtle reminder to get that project back out. If it sparks joy in you, if it brings up a creative kind of fire, then it's time to start working on it. And this regeneration card is your reminder that the time is right. So regeneration says focus on the movement forward, like we just talked about with the co-create card. Focus on the movement forward, even if it's one tiny step at a time, even if it's one tiny step a day, or one tiny step a week. Just keep moving, keep that fire burning. Spirit says now is the time. Just keep moving. And you can see that kind of fiery energy causing that regeneration there. So all about creation, all about breathing new life into things or regenerating things that we would like to keep working on. So that's the potential future. And then asking if there is kind of a bonus energy that would be helpful for us to know about, or a clarifying card, something to focus on given all of this creative energy and this movement forward and this regeneration. What should we keep in mind? What else should we keep in mind? And Spirit says, be flexible. So I love this card, but isn't it perfect to ask for clarity? Spirit, what can you give us as far as clarity for this situation? And Spirit gives us flexibility. So this says, whatever situation you are focusing on, whatever your question or topic or issue or what you want to bring more of into your life, whatever you are focusing on, be adaptable. As we have talked about many times, Spirit and the universe, whatever you want to refer to it as, the divine, God, has a far more vast perspective of what is available to us, and a far higher perspective and viewpoint of what is available to us, even given all of our paths and all of the free will that can come into play. They have a much different viewpoint than we do. So be flexible, be adaptable. If you're asking for something and it doesn't come in when you want, then it's just not the right time. It will come if it is for you. As we also have talked about in the past, what is for me will not pass by me. This speaks again, like the first couple cards did, to authenticity and being firmly rooted in our truth. But also then remaining open to new ways of being and doing. So remaining flexible and open to all of the ways that ideas, connections, and abundance can flow to us and through us through our co-creation with Spirit. So those are our messages for this week. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you will join me again next week, and take care.